How's it going, guys? We've got a pass level question for pulmonary steps 2 and 3. If you're studying for step 1, relax. The world doesn't revolve around you. Lots of people taking 2CK3. However, I'll tell you a very important point for step 1 that they really like on the exam. All right. So you got a 67-year-old dude, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, non-smoker, received the flu vaccine last fall, tetanus, diphtheria, pertussis 6 years ago. Everything else unremarkable, and we're going to vaccinate him. So clearly, tetanus not part of it, but you need to know that diphtheria and tetanus are both toxoids, which are inactivated toxins. Pertussis is killed acellular. The influenza vaccine killed intramuscular, all right? And it's safe to give starting at age 6 months and then annually in the fall or winter forever. And it's safe in pregnant women, and it's safe in immunocompromised patients. The live attenuated intranasal is going to be ages 2 to 45, non-pregnant, non-immunocompromised persons, but I haven't seen evidence that NBME is assessing that. So influenza is wrong because he received it last year in the fall or winter. Okay, and it matters. They'll say April and it's wrong. January, it's right. They care about that for family medicine. Wrong fucking answer. Now, in terms of the pneumococcals, PCV13 no longer indicated as of October 2024. Okay, in my content, I've mentioned it 24 different times. Okay, so just it's updated now. All right, PPSV23 alone we don't give. There's certain instances in which it can be given, not for USMLE. Okay, so you're never just going to give that straight up like as a first vaccination for USMLE purposes. Now, in terms of C and D, the answer is D, and I'll tell you what they want. As of October 2024, we now can give starting at age 50, by the way. So it's two things that have been updated. From October 24, it's age 50, no longer 65. Okay? And we've got the PCV 20 or 21 alone that we give. That's one option. Or we can give the PCV 15 followed by PPSV 23 at least 8 weeks later. So the reason C is wrong is because we're not going to give PCV 15 followed by PCV 20. Okay, we could have had PCV 15 followed by PPSV 8 weeks later, 1 year later, that's fine. But we would never give this sequence here. So age 50, PCV 20 or 21 alone, or PCV 15 followed by PPSV 23 at least 8 weeks later. Now, the high yield factoid for step 1 I was going to say is that the polysaccharide capsule that we make the vaccine against for strep pneumo is T independent, thymus independent. It's not proteinaceous. It's not going to be expressed in MHC molecules, and it will not induce a T cell response that's appreciable. And the conjugated vaccine, in contrast, this is proteinaceous, so it will induce an immune response. What's going to happen is you take that protein, you conjugate it to the polysaccharide capsule, and we convert a T-independent substrate into a T-dependent substrate. So it can be expressed in MHC molecules now because it's proteinaceous, and it can induce a robust immune response. And they want that for step 1. They're going to say, give you a one-liner. They're just going to be like, which of the following is a T-independent to T-dependent conversion? You're like, what the fuck does that mean? It's not hard. It's going to be Haemophilus influenza type B, strep pneumo, Neisseria meningitis, the encapsulated organisms, the whole splenectomy thing, right? Polysaccharide capsule, but it's not going to be expressed in MHC molecules. It's not proteinaceous, T-independent. So conjugate it to a protein, and now you can express in MHC. It is proteinaceous. So T-dependent. Now, the final point is that sickle cell patients and COPD patients, cochlear implants, these are indications for giving the pneumococcal vaccine before age 50. You can just be aware of those high-yield groups, okay? But your updated points for family med is that starting at age 50, as of October 24, PCV 2021 alone, or PCV 15 followed by PPSV 23 at least 8 weeks later. You know the deal. I'm going to have more content and stuff for my channel. Appreciate your time. That's it.